Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Toy Monster Podcast. Hope everybody had a fantabulous week.
Yeah, it's been another one.
Dude, we had a fucking crazy-ass day yesterday, so I've been tired all day. Just fucking...
Friday the 13th, man.
Yep, today's Saturday the 14th. That fucking movie,
I
dude.
did not get to watch that.
That's fine. I didn't watch it either, but I posted some stuff on the old Instagram
Okay.
for everybody to check out.
I'll try and watch it tonight.
It's only like a clip, dude, of the creature in the bathtub with the girl.
Sure. No, I want to see the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched that clip or not, but
No, I haven't yet.
they kind of ripped off Nightmare on Elm Street there for a second. Remember when Nancy's in the tub and you see the glove? So she's just in the bathtub and you just see the whole creature's head like pop up. like what the fuck, dude?
It's so good.
It's fucking funny, man. Did you get any cool scores this week?
Yeah.
I know I did, but now I'm fucking blanking on them for some reason.
Yeah, man. Just all my PlayStation stuff is starting to roll in. You know,
saw that.
So yeah,
Saw the
I brought it
packages
to work,
today.
opened it up, and I am a very happy boy. Yeah, I got myself some Parasite Eve 2, which I don't know. You're not familiar with the PlayStation stuff, are you?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
But when you said it was Resident Evil like,
Right.
I kind of like piqued a little interest.
Yeah, no, it's great. Parasite Eve 2. I've never played. I've never seen anybody play it. I'm so stoked to have it and actually play through it. You know, I got my PlayStation. I sent you a photo of that. With
Yes, it was in your lap, just
Yep,
like you said it would be.
It's so cool. The sound on that little screen is so
Pretty nice.
fucking cool, dude. Like it's good. Like, and even the clarity of the screen, I'm really surprised. Yeah.
Hell yeah, it looked good even from the picture you
Yeah.
sent me. I'm like, man, that thing's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
cool,
great.
dude.
It's cool. It's cool to have that.
Is that the first time you've seen one and held one in real life?
Yeah.
Even better.
Yep.
Even better. That's fucking great,
Yeah.
dude.
But yeah, got Parasite Eve 2 today. I got Breath of Fire 4.
You gonna go home and play that
All my.
tonight?
Yeah, actually, I really want to pop in Parasite Eve 2 because I have the third one, which again is a hard game to track down. And I started playing that recently because again, I didn't even know it existed. That one I did not know existed.
The third one?
Yeah,
Really?
it's on the PSP of all consoles. Like, I came across and it's like, oh my god, I gotta buy that. Parasite Eve is an amazing series. And then, of course, since I had the third one now, I had to track down the second one, and now I have all three. And
Sick.
Yeah.
How is your PlayStation collection? You got pretty decent.
It's not very big.
No?
Yeah, I sold it off a while ago, and now I'm just
Recollecting?
Yeah.
Gonna recollect. What was that you were talking about earlier? You said PSP.
Yeah.
Dust Till Dawn.
Oh, yeah, the UMD movies. Yeah. I was telling you they put From Dusk Till Dawn on there apparently.
They've made some pretty stupid, released some pretty stupid fucking movies on that thing.
Oh, 100%.
Every time you turn around, it's like, here's a copy of Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah.
For PSP.
No, they have just the worst lineup, but From Dusk Till Dawn is
I've never seen a horror movie on there.
Same, right? The UK, if I think I'm correct in this, the UK has an Evil Dead copy. Like you can
Really?
Evil Dead on UMD. UMD only released in overseas though.
Must not
So-
have been that popular here.
I don't. Well, just that format was stupid.
I could see you using it while you're riding in a car somewhere.
Right, but I don't know that the PSP was like super popular.
I think back then that much, like, what was I going to say? Gaming was probably more not kid oriented, but aimed mostly at children. Like when we were kids when it came out.
Yeah.
So that's why all the movies sucked.
Well,
With an occasional adult our age now.
I think a lot of them, if you went and looked, a lot of them are probably Sony franchises.
Okay.
So it was easy for them to drop it on there without having to do a lot of licensing and anything like that.
Wow, was that movie Sony?
It might be. I'm guessing because the library is really shitty.
Does Miramax own Sony?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to look at it. I don't really
I'm
care.
pretty sure
I just thought it was
fucking
cool that you found that.
Bezos owns it all.
I just thought it was cool that you fucking found that. So
Yeah.
I just told you to buy it just for the fact of having it.
It's in the cart.
Well, if you don't decide to buy it, send it my way. I'll buy it for you.
I'll bring it to work and we'll watch it together on a tiny
PSP, you're
3-inch screen.
Come
yeah.
watch this. Yeah, you should bring that here so we can watch Selma dance.
Yeah.
That's the only part I care about. I mean, the whole movie's great, but that's the best part of the whole fucking movie, dude.
Sex machine.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Bink. Fucking Tom Savini, dude. I'm trying to remember what the fuck I scored this week, dude. Oh, Barnyard Commandos.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The reprints.
Yeah, those turned out really cool.
They did a great job,
I
dude.
wanted to talk about those guys when we were talking about Food Fighters because it was kind of the same thing.
Yeah, definitely the same thing.
Yeah, and it's such a weird line,
Wait for episode 2 of that.
Oh yeah,
There's so
yeah.
many
There's
toys.
dude. There's plenty.
This
to talk
podcast is
about
never
that.
going to end until one of us drops dead. So,
Yeah.
and the other one's going to have to do it solo, all by himself. All by myself.
I'll just weekend at Bernie's you.
Oh fuck yeah, gross, sick. I scored those
The Muscle Men.
and the Muscle Men.
Yeah.
So when I went up there and I went to the toy store and the guy, I found those. Every time I go in there, I see those Barnyard Commandos. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy one of those. And I'm like, do I really? First time I went in there, $50. I'm like, I'm not paying $50 fucking for this, dude. I'm just not, because they were like fucking what, 10, 20 at Walmart.
Well, they were 50 at Walmart.
Oh, they were.
I found one clearance for 10. Like
Oh.
they immediately went clearance though.
Okay, yeah, because no one's gonna pay for
No,
it.
it's such a weird niche little thing.
I'm assuming that toy shop goes a lot off of eBay. He's got to,
Oh, I'm sure.
because there's a Hawkins from Predator. Remember him?
Yeah.
He's always reading the comic.
Yeah.
There's an action figure for him in there, and it looks spot on.
I think
Just
I've
like,
seen that.
just like
yeah.
that was.
Does he have it packaged?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
packaged.
dang, man.
Who the hell did that? What the fuck's that guy's name? He wrote Predator and Lethal Weapon. Shane Black.
No.
Yeah, so it's Shane Black.
Yeah.
Looks just like him. They did a great job.
Yeah.
That thing's $100 fucking dollars,
Sure.
and I've never seen that thing anywhere ever.
It might be like a special collector's
It's
edition.
NECA.
Right, but sometimes they'll have like a mail in, or you can go to their website and get
Oh, really?
exclusives. Yeah.
Huh.
So I think that might be one of those where it never hits store shelves, but you could
Okay.
just buy it directly.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm not paying $100 for it, but I was still pretty stoked about seeing that. But anyway, I'm in there looking for He-Man toys because we talked about bootleg He-Man, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this happen regardless. I'm gonna make it happen.
Right. You want to make your own.
I want to make my own He-Man. I want to make my own Skeletor, and it's gonna be glorious. I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is until it's done and posted. I already told you what it was, but
You're just gonna make Skeletor?
no.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
You
you'll
want
see.
Skeletor?
I need Skeletor in order to make
the base.
this
Okay,
toy.
cool.
He's the base.
Yeah.
He's going to be a crossover. Is that what you call it? You got like crossover? I'm combining a couple things to make this fucking awesome ultimate Skeletor.
Well, don't spoil it.
I'm not. That's just where I'm leaving it.
Stay tuned.
You'll see pictures. I
Next
promise.
time on Dragon
And maybe
Ball Z.
and as soon as I get it done, you can do the packaging for it, and then I'll make it like 10 of them.
Hell yeah, dude.
And you fuckers can actually I'll make 12 because I have to have one, and so do you. So
Yeah.
So anyway, god damn it. I'm in the toy store. I'm looking at shit. I see the Barnyard Commandos, and I'm like, last time I was in there was 50, and then I saw there was a 40 sticker on it, and then there was a 30 sticker on it. I'm like, I'll pay $30. Fuck it, dude. I'm in a mood today. I need a toy. So I grabbed that thing, went up to the counter, and then I noticed he had Muscle Men. He wanted like $2 a piece for those fucking things. I'm like, that's not bad, I guess.
No, I've seen them for way.
I've seen them way more, dude. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen like you can buy like 50 of them online for like $200.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll pull the trigger. I just grabbed 2, and then he's like, you buy another one of those Barnyard Commandos, I'll give it to you for $25. I'm like, all right, cool. He watches me walk all the way up there, grab one, come back. If you buy all of them, I'll give them to you for 20. And I'm like, okay. So I just went back there, grabbed all of them, came back, and had a couple other toys. I'm like, well, put this back because I don't need this anymore, and put this back because I don't need this anymore, and I'll take 2 of those. And it's like, all right, cool, fucking awesome.
Wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I went directly back there and bought like 2 dozen more fucking Muscle Men.
You'll have to send me some photos. I didn't see. I've only saw the 2 that you got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I fucking sent those to you.
No.
I know I posted it. It was good though.
Oh well, I don't look at your posts.
It's our post, Chris. It's our
I'm
post.
just-
It's our post down here.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I feel like there's other things that I scored, but I don't remember.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
This
nice
is
little
so
haul.
Cool. Yeah, these are Ultimate Muscle guys.
Yeah.
I recognize the big brick guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like what do they call him? Rubik's Cube.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, but that's what he's based off of.
Oh.
It's like a giant Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. No, he has like sun powers or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know the stories behind him.
Well, in the show, he's like actually like made out of gold. Like he's like
See, I never watched the show.
shining gold.
Oh, okay. Good to
very,
know.
Very cool. Yeah, those are awesome, and they're in great condition too.
Yeah, there was only like one or two that had like they were really fucking dirty,
Yeah.
but honestly, it was probably one of those purple ones.
Oh, yeah.
You could just see all the dirt on it, and I'm like, whatever, dude, you just wash that fucking thing off. I'll probably never wash it off, but
That's a cool find, man.
yeah, I was pretty stoked on it. But I wanted to buy all of them, and he's just like, well, you know, I don't want to. It's my collection. I don't want to sell all of them. I'm like, then why the hell are they in your store?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll buy all of them if you cut me a deal.
They
No,
just, like,
man.
fall out of his pocket or something.
I don't know, man. He's just like, well, man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to sell all my collection. I'm like, then why the hell are they in here? I mean, I'll sell them if you want all of them. I'm like, well, if you're not going to give me a deal, I'm not going to buy all of them.
Yeah.
So I still spent $50.
Yeah.
And there's still like 10 or 15 left. I might just go buy the rest of them this week, maybe.
Yeah. Well, now that you've whittled him down, maybe you've broke him.
Yeah, 'cause I'm going to keep doing that until he
Yeah.
starts giving me deals every time I go in there. Oh, that's what
Just
I put back.
peck away at his collection
I had
until he cries.
every time I go in there, I pick it up and I never fucking buy it. It's a Becky Lynch Masters of the Universe figure.
I think I've seen.
They did those weird WWF crossovers.
I didn't know they
WWE.
did a Becky Lynch one.
Yeah, and every time I pick it up, it was only $10. I'm like,
Do you like her?
yeah,
Yeah.
I love Becky Lynch.
All right.
Yeah, great.
It's fine.
Yeah, what the what the fuck ever, dude? What
Hey,
the fuck?
no, I think
ever.
the ladies
Yeah,
wrestling,
fine.
the ladies wrestling.
I like her then. I don't like her now. Well, she's retired now, but
No,
yeah, I don't care for new Becky Lynch. She's all dressed in gold, looks like an asshole. I like her when she was
Sure.
the man.
yeah. Well,
It's that accent,
The,
dude.
the ladies wrestling is way more entertaining than the guys. I mean,
100%.
like they're just better athletes. I'm sorry. Like
Yep.
they, Yeah.
I will spend all my time, dude. I spent hours watching women's wrestling.
Yeah.
Just they're so much better. Just more entertaining.
yeah, 100%.
Becky's my favorite because she has an accent, dude. That's probably it.
Yeah, it's
She's cute and she has an accent.
your motor going.
Every time. I'm like, oh, Irish. Yeah, you're hot. Fuck yeah. Yeah, but other than that, I don't think I scored anything else this week that I can think of.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the mail. Like that's. I wish I could go out in our small little town here and find cool shit. We only have like maybe 2 or 3 places to go. You hit them, you know.
You hit them in like an hour.
Yeah.
Unless you want to spend all day in there. But you can only walk around so much.
And so I mean I've got a trip coming up where we're doing that little Transformers convention.
Oh, yeah.
In
When's
in
that?
a couple weeks.
Sick.
And
I always forget you do that.
that's always a blast. We drive from here to Kent, Washington.
Yeah.
Kent. And we hit like all the toy stores, all the comic stores. It takes us like fucking 8 hours to get there.
Sick.
Yeah.
Is it right over the border? Kent's not too far from Portland, right?
Yeah, it's not that far.
Like a couple hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't go into
Yeah,
Washington.
I think
very
from here to Kent, it's like a 4-hour drive, 3.5, maybe 4-hour drive.
Oh, that's not bad. It's cool. It takes 8 hours to get there because you're stopping at every.
Oh,
dude,
yeah, we
those are
stop
the best
everywhere.
trips, dude.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones. I had a couple tattoo trips planned out like that didn't happen.
Yeah. So I'll have lots to talk about in there. And then
Fuck yeah, I
there's
can't
all
wait.
kinds of cool collectible stores, man.
Yeah, sick, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, on the topic tonight, I decided that we should do movie theaters, and I know you're an expert at movie theaters
Yes. My early.
because we both love movies,
Oh yeah.
and you just so happen to have worked at one.
In celebration of Cinemark's 20th anniversary, Front Row Joe and Coca-Cola welcome you to the best seat in town.
Yeah. For,
Yeah, yeah.
I just had a flashback.
You're like fucking popcorn.
Yeah. My first job was at Cinemark.
Yes.
And I worked there with my brother and then a buddy of mine was my boss and we all lived together. It was fucking crazy,
That makes it even better.
dude. Yeah, I got stories. That place was wild.
Oh, you have plenty of time to tell
Yeah,
them if you
well,
want. A couple
no,
of them.
well-
I'd love to hear some wild ones.
But yeah, so we'll get into that for sure.
Yes.
But movie, I mean, just the theater experience.
I love going to the movie theaters. Not so much now, but
Well, I mean, there's nothing to see now.
No,
That's
it's
the thing. Is,
changed.
like when we were growing up, and I got a list, man. Like there was just banger after banger movie
Yeah.
just coming out, and like if you didn't catch it in the theaters, like it was you're probably not going to see it for a while because the VHS copy of it, you'd have to wait 6 months.
Yep.
Sometimes a year.
oh god, I always hated that too.
And then VHS copies of your favorite films were around standard $25 a piece.
Yep. Sometimes more.
Now back then, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, VHS just came out, and it was like $189 to $100 a piece,
Yeah.
which is just insane to think about.
So you had to get to the theater, and I remember there were films where it would just benefit your wallet, your parents' wallet at that point, more to just send you back to the movie theater, right? Like,
Yeah.
give you like $4 or whatever it costs. I think it was like $4 or $6.
Yep.
And that
Probably
way you could watch
cheaper.
your movie again, get it out of your system. You watch it 2 or 3 times, and then they don't have to worry about getting the VHS.
So you asked to watch it 37 times in a row, and you're like,
Yeah.
might as well just buy the VHS.
Well, see, I was fortunate because not only, well, again, we'll get to working career, but
Yeah.
when I was little, like in my, I don't know, 10 to 14, I had family members that worked at a theater. Also,
Yes.
like there's this little theater down in Coos Bay called the Egyptian, and because I knew people, I could get in whenever, and I would watch. I would watch all the movies all the time. Now it was only a 3-screen, so
Yeah.
you had to, if you wanted to watch a good movie, you had like maybe one,
Yeah, because there was always 2 crappy ones that came out
Yeah.
because the one had to dominate the 2.
and then the showtimes were sparse because you only had the one screen showing the one movie.
Yeah. So it'd be like 3 times a day.
Yeah, it was like 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Depending on what it was. I mean, God, when Titanic came out, man,
I saw that in the
I think
theater.
they showed that like twice a day.
Dude, I remember seeing that in the theater, and there's that scene where it's actually going down and people are fucking falling off the top, right? When it's straight up and down. I was laughing in the theater because it looked like Plinko. They're like ding, ding, ding,
Oh,
ding. He's
yeah.
hitting the fucking things, and people are like crying and shit. And I'm in there laughing.
Yeah, you're a horrible person.
It was fucking funny.
Well, now that I think about it, that's actually
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Guy just fucking flies down there. Bing.
Shit.
I spent some time in the theater when I was a kid. That was super fun, man.
Yeah.
What was the first movie you ever saw? Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Me too.
Do. I forgot to write down anything about this film, but
That's fine. Whatever.
and I have it on DVD. Finally tracked it down.
It's
called
new
Robot
age
Jocks.
of combat.
Human beings, genetically engineered to be the best fighters in history.
2 champions
It isn't over until someone wins.
at war with each other.
Kill it! I have already killed you.
2 invincible men.
Let's finish it, Alexander, here now.
The ultimate killing machines.
I'm gonna get in this thing, and I'm gonna kick your...
Holy shit. I
Yeah.
fucking watched part of that not too long
Dude,
ago.
and I think we were talking about it,
Yep.
right? Robot Jocks is one of my favorite films, but also the first time I remember going to the theater with my dad. I think I could probably legitimately say it was my first movie experience.
I'm shocked that thing even went into the theater.
Oh, watching it now? Yeah, same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a great movie.
Oh no, but it's still fun. Like what
Super
kid
fun.
What kid wouldn't want to climb inside a giant robot and beat
Yeah.
the shit out of each other?
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, the premise of that film was essentially it was warring nations would once, every so often hold a tournament, a giant robot tournament. They would fight to see who was president of the world.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, that's all it was. And they would choose their jockeys and they would go fight in giant robots. And it was fucking cool, man. Like the giant robot sequences were cool. Like I would liken it to like a very early sort of Pacific Rim style.
Except way cooler than Pacific Rim.
I, don't
Just
know, I
'cause how
love
crappy
Pacific
it is.
Rim.
Did you? I only
Oh,
watched it
yeah,
once.
dang. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
maybe-
sequel was crap, but
I'll
the
try it
first one
again.
was great.
All right. I'll get a better TV.
Now,
Try
here's
it
the
out.
thing. Apparently, Guillermo del Toro says he was not influenced by Robot Jocks. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Your movie's pretty much Robot Jocks. Even the way the guys get in the robots
Yeah.
in Pacific Rim and pilot them is almost identical.
It's like that. What the hell's that animated? They do the same thing. Neon Genesis? Is that right?
Well, that's giant robots, sure.
There's still people inside of it and they're fighting each other.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they do that in Gundam.
Yeah,
Like,
see? Giant robots. They all stole it from Robot Jocks.
Yeah.
Every single
Well,
one.
at the very least, like he could just admit that he's wrong. Like
Sure.
but that was my first experience and it was a blast, like looking back.
Way
on
cooler
that.
than mine. I don't even want to tell you what mine was. It was
Yeah,
something.
well, hit me with it.
The Land Before Time.
That's a good movie.
It's a great movie. I was just fucking with
Yeah.
you.
God damn, dude. Would rather watch Plinko people.
Bing.
Yeah.
No, dude. My mom. I just remember going there. I only vaguely recall eating popcorn and watching it and being glued to the fucking thing. I just remember my mom and my brother crying.
Oh yeah.
This is a sad fucking movie.
Very sad.
But I remember watching that. I'm like, oh my god. Actually, you know what? I
The
take it back.
tree
That was not.
star,
I
you
don't think
know?
that was not my first movie.
No.
Follow That Bird was the first one. Did you ever see that?
Say it again.
Follow That Bird.
Oh,
Sesame Street movie
no.
where Big Bird runs away.
Interrupt this coming attraction for a special bulletin.
This news just in concerning a 6-year-old runaway who answers to the name Big Bird.
Did you say Big Bird?
That's right, Big Bird. He is reportedly heading east for a place called Sesame Street.
Same street?
Sesame Street. Sorry.
Could this be the end of our pine-feathered friend? No.
Big Bird! There he is!
This can only be the beginning of the wildest goose chase of them all.
I love wild goose chases.
Now everyone's on the trail of that big yellow tail.
You're the biggest chicken I've ever seen.
Follow the laughter.
To toss salad!
Follow the music.
There's a way on this hazy going day.
Ain't no mountain you can't climb.
Follow the stars. Sandra Bernhardt, John Candy,
Be a man.
Chevy Chase, Joe Flaherty, Dave Thomas. And in their motion picture debut, all the celebrities from the award-winning Children's Television Workshop. Sesame Street presents Follow That Bird.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yes, that was the first
He
one
ends
I
up in
saw.
like New York, right? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on a weird fucking I think he runs away from New York, ends up some
Okay.
fucking weird farm.
Oh, right. That's because Sesame Street's in New
Yeah.
York. Yeah.
Yeah. They're in like Brooklyn or some shit or the
Yeah.
Bronx. There's
It
some
looks-
crap hole.
yeah, some shit.
Crap hole New York Sesame Street. And I remember watching that. It was super little, dude. And then
well,
it was Land Before Time.
See, talk about a film that I would not imagine would be in theaters.
What, the Sesame Street movie?
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, Sesame Street was massive.
Sure.
We're talking like ice skating rink shows and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah. Well, so that was your first one, and then
And then Land Before Time.
Land Before Time.
And then
Did you only get to watch like kid films?
yeah, until I was about 8.
Yeah.
So Land Before Time, I think, came out in like 86 or something like that, if I recall.
Yeah.
I was little. But then 1990 rolled around, and I got to go watch Teenage Mutant
That's
Ninja
where my
Turtles.
list starts right there.
Fucking A,
Yeah.
dude.
1990.
That probably started my obsession with movies.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Did you? Well, I have some fun trivia.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Turtles was released on April 1st, 1990.
Yep. I
which
definitely
is
saw it.
interesting. And we were talking about this earlier. Peter
Peter
Laird and Kevin Eastman both hold that movie in high regards, apparently.
Because it's fucking amazing.
Both not together. They did not together say that it was
So separately.
so. Yeah, separately their statements were separate. One, it was I think Eastman said that Turtles will never be better,
I
Right.
agree.
and Peter Laird said that it was a perfect movie.
I agree.
Like just hands down, like a perfect movie, not just because it's the Turtles. And I could be getting that mixed up, one or the other, but they both said those things. And I couldn't agree more. I think it is. You
I
know,
still
like,
watch that movie once or twice a month still.
I have the trade paperback of the first release of the Ninja Turtles, and it, dude, I swear, even down to how April looks. Like we can be, I was a little upset because she didn't look like she did in the cartoon.
Sure.
But when I got that comic, and I realized they fucking nailed her look,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Like the frizzy hair,
Yep.
everything. And Casey Jones being a fucking slob, you know, like
Yep.
all of it was so
I got a few
good.
of those too.
I
They're
didn't.
reprints, but
Yeah, they're great. And you know, all the scenes are there, man. All the violence is there. All the the turtles getting their ass kicked.
that's why they toned down the second one,
Right. Well, I don't know why they decided to do that. Like,
which I still highly enjoyed also.
I just feel like it's that's just a money thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's because the cartoon was out. So they're like, we need to make this not violent. Don't let them use their weapons. Like, fuck off.
But Yeah, so that movie made a grip of money, $202 million.
That's a lot of money back then,
on
1990.
a budget of 13.
Yeah, because it was considered a low budget film.
Yeah, well, it was considered independent.
Yeah,
which
that's what I meant.
I'm not sure why.
Probably the company that put it out
yeah.
or filmed it.
Because I feel like at that point, the Turtle cartoon was out, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It came out in like 89 or something like that.
Yeah, so it was huge already, and then they made the live action, which is also really funny to me that they made that live action movie after the cartoon came out and still followed the dark ass comic books.
Yeah, it's fucking.
That was interesting to me.
Yep.
Like,
oh, dude, I just remember being like, I must have been 8 or 9. When the God damn it, I have to look up when that fucking came out. Cartoon came out in 87.
Okay. Yeah, see, so it's already been super popular. But
1990, so I was 10 when I got to see that. I just remember the first fucking 2 minutes of that movie and Raphael yelling, damn. And I'm like, holy shit, like he's swearing. I didn't say shit, but I was like, oh my God.
yeah.
Because,
Oh, yeah.
you know, you spend a lot of time watching the cartoon, and you're like, you didn't say that in the cartoon? Like, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, we left, and I remember going home and just karate kicking the shit out of my brother. I'm like, ah! Just kicking his ass. And my mom's like, knock it off.
I had that experience really quickly. I had that experience when I watched the 1986 Transformers cartoon.
Yeah?
Because there was the scene where Unicron is eating the moon on one of the moons of Cybertron, and Spike goes, oh, shit! Like,
I forgot about that.
like it catches you by surprise so much because you never hear that stuff around that stuff.
Not on TV.
And they kept it. They never cut it.
Good for them. They
Oh,
shouldn't cut
shit.
shit, dude.
Every single one of
When
them.
you put a movie out, you shouldn't be allowed to cut that thing up after it's been released. Like, fuck you.
No,
Don't
I
do
agree.
it.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Spielberg. And Lucas.
Yeah,
You guys, especially Lucas, for cutting up my precious fucking Star Wars into a million pieces. You cannot find that original thing anywhere.
No, not unless you own it, man.
And when I went to my parents' house, because when I was a kid, my uncle had a laser disc, and he burned us all 3 Star Wars movies. And then at some point, my mom had all these VHS tapes in a box, and
Yeah.
the roof fucking leaked while they were gone somewhere, and leaked all over the VHS, ruining everything. So it fucking just wrecked all that shit.
Dang, what's it? How was Laserdisc? Do you remember watching that?
Well, I just had a copy.
You never got to
I
see
never
it?
had the laser disc
Oh,
itself.
okay.
No, he had a laser disc, and he made a copy on a VHS tape for us.
Yeah.
Of all 3 movies, and I watched the fuck out of those things. Dude.
I have Superman on Laserdisc.
Really?
Yeah. It was given to me by some random old lady I tattooed.
See,
Yeah.
some of our clients are
Dude.
just fucking rule,
Oh, they
dude.
bring us the best stuff. Like-
Mine brought me toys this week.
Yeah?
Molly.
Oh, that's
Little
right.
Molly's
The
from
little
Pop Mart,
Molly's.
dude.
Now
Which
I'm-
made you fucking be like, what the hell's that?
I am hooked on that.
Wait a minute. Just
Yeah.
amazing, dude.
Yeah, those are great. Well, there was one really sad detail about the Turtles film before we move on that I didn't know. Apparently, so Jim Henson worked on the costumes.
Yeah.
And it was his last project. He died shortly before the premiere of the movie.
Oh, I remember hearing
He
about
didn't
that.
get to see it.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, that's really sad. You know, like, and I thought it was cool because I didn't know that Jim Henson worked on those.
Oh, really?
Suits. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I
had
knew
no
that.
idea. That's, but it explains, like we were talking about last time. It explains why it's quality, and they Henson or Stan Winston, you
Yep.
know, just
Kings of fucking
Yep.
special effects, dude.
Yep, just puppetry, you know,
Yeah.
like any of that stuff, the practical animatronics and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they'd never done animatronics like that before, ever.
No, yeah, those were state of the
That
art.
was all new.
Yeah, in the faces.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, and then Pizza Hut apparently spent $20 million
Yep.
for an ad campaign.
Yep.
Despite never being in the movie.
Were they not in the
It was
movie?
Domino's.
It was Domino's.
I thought that was hilarious, man. Now, good on them to capitalize. I mean, pizza is pizza, right?
Sure.
But
They're not.
Domino's didn't front for it. And I guess maybe they're like, oh, well, we're in the film, you know, like we don't need to. But there's no Pizza Hut
Did
product.
Domino's pay to be in the movie, you think?
I'm
Or
sure.
some asshole fucking kid forgot to get a fucking Pizza Hut box. Use Domino's.
Dude, I don't know.
Someone got fired.
I don't know. They make the 30 minutes or less joke.
Pizza dude's got 30 seconds.
Hey, Mikey, did you ever think about what Splinter said tonight? I mean, about what it would be like. You know, not having him.
Time's up. $3 off.
So,
Yeah. Pizza dude's late.
Yeah. Maybe because that was Domino's thing.
Yep. Okay, you're right.
Right. So maybe that
they
was
did.
done on purpose. But yeah, Pizza Hut, they jumped on that, and they did radio ads, TV ads, like all kinds of shit.
I remember them having a shitload of merchandise.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I was talking to my wife last night about this when I was going down the turtle rabbit hole, because now I've got a bunch of Ninja Turtle shit in my cart.
Yes.
And I asked her, and she did hit me with a good counter to this, and I don't know if I can argue against it, but I said, are we ever going to see anything in our lifetime, well, as long as we're alive anyways,
Yeah.
Will our kids see anything as successful as the Ninja Turtles? And she's like, well, what do you mean? I said, well...
Oh, you mean like merchandise and like
yes,
just as a whole,
because
like the Ninja Turtles did?
Right, as I'm looking at stuff or like these toys that I want to buy, which aren't... It was like little art sets and stuff that I used to have when I was a kid, and I want to buy these again.
Yeah.
But they had a fucking Ninja Turtle on everything.
Oh yeah,
Everything.
pencils.
I
like,
came
you
across
name it.
like Polaroid cameras with Ninja Turtle heads on.
Yeah.
That I came across a light board, just a standard light board.
Those two guys made a shit ton of money.
But
Well, they
there
didn't
was
make as enough money as the fucking
food,
companies, but
clothing, you could type anything into Google right now.
yeah,
Anything.
it's on anything.
And then write Ninja Turtle
Yep.
next to it, and you'll find a version of it.
And they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just keep
And
going.
that's the other thing too, right? Test of time. Is there anything that's going to be that successful ever again? Now, she did counter me with Pokemon. And I was
Okay.
like, well,
They're head to head then.
yeah, in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Ninja Turtles have been around
Hell of a lot longer.
So test of time, I think, is especially given that we still continue to see these things, kitchen utensils and everything, still to this day, new ones.
Yeah, because they keep making shit now.
So it was a thought I had, I'm going
to say no.
Was fucking crazy, man.
I bet you we don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. Everything's so flash in a pan, right?
Well, it's because everybody has short attention spans. It's got to happen right now.
But, and is it just us then, like our age group, keeping this alive?
Good
Or do you
possibility.
think people still continue to have renewed interest?
There's no way in hell it's just adults sitting at home watching Nickelodeon that can make fucking Ninja Turtles continue.
I don't know, nowadays, I mean,
Well, it might
I
be.
watch my kids watch, and it's like it's not any of this. It's nothing that we're watching. So,
Huh.
I don't know. It was a thought I had, and just how cool Ninja Turtles is. I don't, but that was
Damn.
probably
That's a good question, dude.
yeah.
I bet you we don't.
I don't think so.
Top three
I really don't.
would be Ninja Turtles, Mario, Pokemon.
Yeah, well, anything Nintendo, of course.
Sure, but I mean Mario's a pretty spot on face. Also with his face on fucking everything.
Yeah, but Nintendo's also very, very picky about what they put their stuff on. I don't think that you'll find like a Nintendo spatula, but I could find a fucking Ninja Turtle spatula.
God damn it! Now I have to look to see
Oh
if
my
there's a
God.
Super Mario
You
Brothers
gotta prove it
spatula.
wrong, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just a thought I had. It was because of how special the Ninja Turtles was, and that was probably my second movie, or at least third movie I got to see in theaters. Like, I was 7 when that came out.
Yeah, because you're a few years younger.
Yeah.
Dude, I just remember that being like probably one of the greatest things I ever saw in my
Yeah.
entire life, dude.
And then when that movie hit really big, I don't know if you remember this. This is again a slight tangent. The Turtles rock concert.
Oh,
Do you
God.
remember that?
Yes, dude. Just the worst.
If anybody knows where I can find the cassette for that, please tell me.
I will. I'll fucking find you one, dude. That
I listened to that thing until the tape and the cassette went bad, dude. I was so into that, and then we have the VHS of it too.
I hated that shit so fucking much. I remember buying the tape because I was about that age. Like I owned the soundtrack to TMNT. And then I'm like, what the hell is this, dude? They got another rock album? Like, this is gonna be fucking great.
Yeah.
I put that thing in, listened to it for 5 minutes. I'm like, this is fucking garbage.
Oh, I
loved it. Hate this
We'd
so
watch
much.
it because it was the VHS was just like they recorded one of their concert appearances, right? Because this was a traveling show.
Yeah, I
And
should have traveled right into the trash.
It was the Coming Out of Their Shells tour.
Yeah.
And
I've seen
that was
the videos.
Their theme song was Coming Out of Our Shells, and
Their lips didn't move. They didn't have shells. you notice that?
Yeah, they just had their jackets on.
Okay, that's gonna. Then there should have been a shell shape under that jacket.
NECA released a 4-pack.
I saw that,
dude. You can't find it.
Of course not.
So fucking
because it was loved so much for being so crappy.
Yeah, it's great.
All right,
Love it.
There's no spatula.
There we go. Ninja Turtles 1. Mario's
there is utensils though. Doesn't count. Does not count as a spatula.
Fine. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. There's kitchenware for sure.
Oh yeah,
but no spatula. I found a Kirby spatula, but it said Etsy on it, so someone made it themselves.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. But yeah, Turtles was cool, man. And then a year later, they released Turtles 2, which I would argue is a better film, despite it being less dark. I
love that fucking movie.
I like it more,
that,
even though the quality of it is a little lesser.
I definitely watched it probably just as much as I did watching the first one.
Yeah.
Do you remember the? Actually, you know what? Do you remember the commercial that was on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles VHS?
No.
It was a Pizza Hut commercial.
As a proud sponsor of Little League Baseball, Pizza Hut welcomes all the kids who make it great.
Oh, yeah?
And there's a baseball game.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that. Someone had posted it, and I'm like, man, I fucking forgot about that. I have both of them on VHS, but I haven't watched them on VHS. I have multiple copies.
Yeah.
I swear to God, every time I can't find one, I'm like, panic. Got to go to the store and buy a new copy like right fucking now.
I don't think I own either of those.
I own them somewhere.
Like, at all.
And I own the VHS, but like a few weeks ago, I'm like, I can't find my copy. And they took all the movies, just the movies.
Yeah.
And this goes right back to me talking about fucking Plex and fucking making my own server.
Oh, right.
They took just the movies off of Paramount. Like, they have the license to run all the fucking goddamn Ninja Turtles, every fucking single one of them, and they fucking took those off one day, and I'm like,
sure. Well, you probably watched the Michael Bay one, I bet.
Nope.
No?
Those aren't on there either.
Oh, that's weird.
So my brother's just like...
They normally leave the shitty ones up.
Yeah, so my brother's like, did you try Weimar? I'm like, why the fuck would I try Weimar? And I went there and had all 3 movies in a disc set for like fucking $8. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
That's crazy.
Yep. So now I have like another fucking copy of that movie. I'll never get tired of it.
I mean, your server idea is great. Keep it, keeping things alive, but buy physical, man.
Oh, I'm still going to buy physical. Let's face it. This is what's going to happen.
I'll say it every episode. Buy physical. Keep it going.
That should be your outro.
Yeah.
This is Chris. Buy physical.
Yeah.
It's like Bob Barker.
Buy physical.
You're like Bob Barker. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets and buy physical media.
There you go.
Yeah. So here's my plan. This is my shitty plan about building that thing real quick.
Yeah.
Well, because we were talking about it earlier. I won't have any bills. I won't have any streaming bills anymore. So I have money to piss away on toys and other stuff, which means I'm just going to buy stuff I already own. Like, well, I don't own, but like more DVDs and more Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Because I won't be pissing it away on fucking goddamn streaming services. And I'm going to steal it from Pirate Bay. I'm that type of person.
Don't say it don't say it out loud.
I am an exceptional thief, Mrs. McLean. And since I'm moving up to kidnapping, you should be more polite.
I'm going to steal it from Pirate Bay. Eat shit.
It's easy to say, sail the high seas.
I'm going to steal the high seas.
There you go.
I watched, I remember also being little and watching Home Alone 2 at Cinemark before it was a $1.50 theater. It was a brand new theater. We hadn't had anything like that around here.
Was it still the 12 screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It had just gotten built.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where I was like stoked. My grandpa took us to go watch it. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome, dude. It's like a little mini theater.
Did they have Tilt over there, the arcade?
Also on my list, arcades, because it's connected to the mall. Okay. So why wouldn't we not be at the mall? Wow. Somebody out there with a giant truck. Yep. Of course we went to the arcade.
Yeah. Well, the one that they had at our mall was...
Tilt was fucking phenomenal.
It was really cool, man.
It was fucking massive.
Yeah.
And every possible fucking game that you wanted to play was in there.
Yeah. Well, and it got me thinking, like, when, again, going back and trying to remember, those early days of the theaters and just going to the mall, because that was part of going to the theater was
going to the mall.
Yeah.
And that's when we only had one theater there.
Having watched Mallrats recently,
yes.
I hate Kevin Smith. You did a good job.
Oh, well, if you stare at this poster for a few seconds, a hidden picture appears.
Can we do it, please? Please?
All right, go ahead. But hurry, the Easter Bunny's waiting.
Wow, it's a schooner.
You dumb bastard. It's not a schooner, it's a sailboat.
A schooner is a sailboat, stupid head.
You know what? There is no Easter Bunny! Over there, that's just a guy in a suit!
But
cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good.
Whatever.
I like it a lot, but it really does without the sense of the crowds, because the malls were way more busy than that movie ever shows. But
Yeah.
it really does feel in that film. They capture the feeling of being at the mall.
Oh, yeah.
It was the place to be.
Yep. I remember going to the mall with my mom, and she'd be like, "Hey, don't run off because there's 4 million people in here."
Oh, yeah.
They were fucking packed.
Yeah. Well, back then, I think it would probably be safer to wander it by yourself.
You're probably right.
Everybody was pretty nice. Like,
Yeah,
it's like-
yeah, true. Not now.
They were happy to be there.
Now everybody's
you know?
filming each other with their cameras and
Yeah.
being like, "I'm gonna put this on the internet." and get
Watching
rich."
weirdos steal kids at the mall. It's like, oh, I can't wait to upload this on YouTube.
Ugh.
Got that guy's face.
Look how funny that guy's face is. He just got arrested for trying to steal that kid.
Jeez.
Yep, went there.
The malls are a great place. I was at the mall recently, and I saw a bunch of kids there. They were dressed in like early 2000s Hot Topic goth garb.
Oh God!
Like the big jeans.
Oh
with
yeah,
the chains.
Those are coming back hard.
I love it. I love it. And you know what was cool? Because it really brought me back. Right? It's like, oh, this big group of goth kids was there, and then another group of goth kids that weren't part of this group.
This was at the mall
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm excited about.
And I'm
listening
like,
to this, honestly.
yeah. I was like, are we coming back? Are we doing this?
Maybe because the last 2 times I've been to the mall, dead, just fucking dead. Didn't see a single fucking soul in that place. Even the people in the fucking food court are just fucking standing there.
Yeah, you mentioned zombies.
Yeah, dude, they're just standing there. No one's talking to each other. They're just like when we worked there, when we worked at the mall, it was kind of dead then too.
What's that George Romero thing?
Yeah, dude, when they're fucking pushing carts and shit and stealing stuff.
Yeah.
I guess technically they wouldn't stealing. Everybody was already gone.
Yeah, yeah.
That's weird that you brought that up, though. Did I send you that?
I think we were just talking about
They're
it.
trying to fucking shut that mall down.
Valley River?
No.
Oh, no,
right.
the
George Romero.
Dawn of the Dead
Dawn
Mall.
of the Dead
Yeah,
Mall.
yeah.
So there's a huge petition on trying to sign it to make sure it stays there forever.
Well, I don't know. Malls are starting to.
The Moreauville Mall.
Is it? No, you said it's functional. I
do believe it's functional.
I didn't
yeah.
know that. Like
Yeah.
there were actual shops and stuff.
I'm sure it's half dead.
Because just the fact of what it is would pull people in.
Yeah, if I was anywhere near there, I'd be like, going to the zombie mall. See you later.
Yeah. Right.
Zombie mall. Yeah, but even when we worked at the mall, it was dead as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I got
dead as
photos of
fuck.
that. Yeah.
You have photos?
Yeah. Remember when that shit was all closing down and it turned into a ghost town? I went in there and took a big old panoramic photo of all the dead mall.
It's fucking hilarious.
Dude.
I just remember working there with you, and we'd be like, let's go to Target. And we would just go to Target because there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
And then we'd go
wander down to Target.
And then we'd go to the other end of the mall to the little swap meet place they had going on in there.
Yeah, we'd go see the coffee stand people and get our
Yep.
coffee.
They'd give us our coffee, and then go outside and smoke
Yeah,
cigarettes.
next to the dumpster in the alley.
Yeah, dude.
That's an exciting life.
I would go. Weird story. Sorry if I offended anybody, but they had a family bathroom. I don't even know if you remember this or not. Remember when you walked out of the back of the shop at Gateway?
Yeah.
And you could swing a right next to it, and there'd be a door that went into the mall area by the food court.
Right. Isn't that where the lockers were and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had 2 bathrooms in there.
Yeah.
But both those bathrooms were family bathrooms, so you could take your little kids in there.
Sure.
And they had the adult toilet and a little kid toilet right next to it. Remember those?
Yeah.
And then I'd go in there one time, and I'm like, I came back, and you're like, what's so funny? I'm like, I just took a shit in the tiny toilet just to make it look bigger. That was...
Dang, dude.
I'm going to say it. One of my finest moments of
Yeah,
life as a
no.
comedian. I'm
That's-
not a comedian.
I'm sure somebody found that funny.
Yeah, me. Yeah, I laughed about it, and I laughed about it for a couple hours. I thought it was the funniest shit I've ever fucking done, dude. I'm like, I was so proud when I went home. I'm like, dude, listen to what I did today. And they're like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't even know. I don't even want to know how you like worked that one out.
Oh, my fucking knees were in my chest because it was a tiny toilet, but it's still hilarious. Yeah, I do stuff like that. Sorry, folks. You're just going to have to deal with that. I think I'm funny sometimes, and I do stuff. Not only do I collect toys.
That's adolescent.
Yeah, not only do I collect toys and play video games, but I also make really stupid jokes.
Yeah.
Hoo.
Involving poop. Well, When I worked at the theater, which I worked at the theater in 2001, which is the theater that you were talking about.
Yep.
The 12 screen.
Yep.
They turned it when they opened this. They opened a 17 on the other end of the mall.
Yep. Which I always thought was fucking weird. You already have a theater there. Why the hell did you open another one?
I don't know what the plot behind that was. I think it was like, oh, well, we're going to
get twice as many people in the
No, I think
mall?
they were going to close that one down, the 12.
Okay.
But then just financially, it didn't work out. And they turned it into a $1.50 theater, which was brilliant.
Which was great because me and the kid, when she was little, like 3, I'd take her to the movie theater.
Yeah.
And we'd watch movies for $1.50 because she got in for free.
Right. And she didn't know any different that they weren't new,
Had no idea.
And quite frankly, like the theaters, once they got rid of the film at the 17,
it went directly to the other one.
Right, it went directly to the other one, and you were only watching it maybe a month or two later.
Yeah,
like it's not that bad. You can save yourself,
Well, that's when movies would
$30
stay in the fucking theater for like 3 months, maybe more.
Yeah.
4 months, 6 months, and now they're gone in like a week.
Yeah. But when I worked at that movie theater, yeah, we dealt with poop. Okay, so it's no laughing matter, dude.
Did someone shit in the theater?
You find shitty diapers. You find human shit
in the actual on the floor in the theater,
like in front of the seat. Like you're going through there, you're just trying to. It's called ushing, right? You're an usher.
Yeah,
and
you ush people out the door.
Well, you just go in and you sweep the popcorn. You pick up the, you quote find people's wallets.
Did you guys find a lot of people's wallets?
Dude, people would leave shit there all the time.
Did they get them returned without the money inside of them? Because that's what I would do.
I tried my best to make sure everything came back.
You made sure that nothing fell out of it.
I mean, my hands were slippery, and so things might have fallen out of the wallet. Like
butter,
whatever. But
butter slippery.
Mostly just paper objects. It's fine. No, those are good. Look, I was 18.
Oh, we were all 18 once. I did a horrible show when I was 18.
No, it wasn't. It was whatever. Finders keepers.
Exactly. That was always my theory too.
Hey,
you dropped
it.
If
it works on the playground, it works in the fucking movie.
Yep, 100%. I don't have sticky fingers. I have greasy fingers.
Yeah, man. People do horrible things in the theater. Like
I got laid in the theater once during a movie.
See, I did not like those people.
There was no one else in there.
Okay, well, at least you did that. Like, we'd have to go in and kick people out, like mid-coitus.
I mean, I wasn't leaving messes. Yeah, there was no one in there. It's not like I'm doing it in a theater full of people, which would kind of be cool, but I didn't.
Oh, I think that's why people did it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And, at the $1.50 theater, it's a $1.50. So it's like, yeah, you're not missing it. You're not going to do that. You're not going to try and, bang your girl in a movie that costs you $30 to get into.
True.
You want to watch that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
This one, you got...
This one's like, you just don't care.
Yeah. You hear fucking 40s rolling down the aisle, MP40s.
I remember those. I heard a couple of those sometimes.
Going down the goddamn... Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was wild. That was the Wild Wild West, man. Like, I went to work drunk or hungover almost every day.
Amazing.
And so did everybody. Everybody that worked there, all the kids. But it was probably one of the funnest and best jobs I ever had. You get to watch free movies all the time. I remember when I worked there when From Hell came out, which came out in 2001, I believe.
Yeah.
2002.
Yeah. Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah, 2001. I love that movie so much. And the reason I don't know, I just remember it so much just because like the final track, like as the credits are playing, was this super cool remix of a Marilyn Manson song, and I just loved going in there and cleaning the theater to this booming fucking Manson song.
Hell yeah!
Awesome.
When did you guys have to get to watch movies? Like on your days off, or like they play shit after hours?
No, we would do screeners because back then you would have actual film that you would have to splice together, and so you'd have to do a screener, which would be after hours, and make sure that the splices are all good, that there's no like dirty fucking film or
you just got to test her, making sure everything's fucking running right.
Make sure all the sound is fine, because these things were huge. They came on these like giant platters, they came on these giant platters, and you would have to string them through this big old fucking projector. And I got to work booth, is what we called it.
Yeah,
maybe once or twice.
So you kind of get to watch it all the time.
Huh?
Did you have to sit up there and watch that thing the whole time?
Oh yeah, you need to walk down all. It was a big L, and you would just walk it back and forth, right? And because you're making sure.
Wait, how big is this fucking thing? This is the projector?
No, all the projectors. Like
so all the projectors all in one room.
Yeah. It's all in one big walkway, and you would walk down one way, and then you take a left and go down another way. You know, like just exactly how the theater's laid out. So as you're walking down, you got door. It's just like that up and up.
I don't know why that never once crossed my mind. I just figured there was a room for each one of those theaters.
No,
I'm an idiot.
It's just bunch of windows up there with big giant pieces of machinery in front of them. They don't, now it's just a fucking, the size of your fist. God
sure, and probably digital.
Oh yeah, it's all sent to you on a hard drive now.
I'm shocked it's not sent through an email.
Sometimes streamed in. I don't know.
That is wild to think about.
Yeah.
Well, film is going away, and that sucks.
But yeah, you would walk up and down the aisles like hoping that they don't wrap. And what a wrap is where the as the film's being fed through the machine, it's got this little arm that would swing back and forth to keep it away from the actual film. Because if it touches that, there's a good chance static electricity will pull it in, and it'll wrap. It'll fucking like just
whoa,
yeah, and fuck the entire film. Like
sure. How many times that happened?
Enough that I wasn't allowed to work. But
You're the fucking reason it did it.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't wrap over. It doesn't wrap over itself. It just like turns into a giant rat nest of shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And sometimes can permanently damage the film, which is very expensive.
Well, sure.
And then you got to go back in. You got to find that spot. You got to splice, like parts of the new film. And it's
like cutting it.
Physically cutting it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I got to cut trailers into the films. You were told what trailers to put on each movie. That didn't come.
So the trailers weren't attached to the movies already?
No, you had to. They came in like little rolls, probably about the size of a paper towel roll.
Yeah,
and you splice them into the film at the beginning.
That's fucking cool, dude. Because trailers was on my thing. Because that's one of my favorite parts of going to a movie theater.
Yeah, I used to have a stack of ones like that we never used. I would just take them home and just.
Keep them?
Yeah, they were stupid, but it was fun to have like
so what?
Big roll of film.
Yeah, you got a bunch of fucking film. You're like, hey, I got this trailer.
Yeah.
We can watch it on the internet, but you can't watch it on this because I had no way to play it.
But I had fun doing that. My buddy Dathan at the time, he was the manager. We lived together, and he's one of my longest.
So you were never in trouble?
Oh, no, he kicked me out of booth almost immediately. Yeah.
You're like, if I don't kick you out of here, I'm in deep shit. I'll see you tonight. We'll get drunk.
No, he was very stern about it too. He's just like, dude, you fucked it up twice now. You're not doing this. And like, because for him, it's very stressful, and I get it, right? Because
he's the boss.
He has to deal with all the pissed off, customers.
Yep.
But I was like, fine, okay, I'm sorry. And then he would punish me by putting me in concessions.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
And that was
I could imagine that was fucking awful.
That was always the punishment.
I wonder how many times you sold me stuff.
Dude,
probably not a lot because I snuck shit in all the time.
Yeah.
Every time.
My favorite place was just the box office. You get to sit in that dark little box, sell people tickets, and most people can't see you.
Dude.
Yeah.
We crossed paths before we worked together, and it was through that
sure.
fucking movie theater. I know it.
Yeah.
I fucking know it.
Well, my wife worked at the 17.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Super small world.
Probably also helped me out at some point.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's fucking crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to the theaters, and fucking the trailers were probably one of my favorite parts of that whole thing.
Oh, dude. I think even to this day, I get excited to see them.
I haven't been to a theater since 2019, so...
What was the last movie you watched?
The Child's Play remake. Garbage.
Wow.
It was fucking garbage. That was the last time I went to a theater.
Dang, you need to treat yourself, man.
I thought about it. I might... You know what crossed my mind in the last couple of days? Like the last couple of weeks about going to a movie. Just go check it out.
Yeah.
Because I might have to take... I'll be over there here next week at some point. I'm probably one of my days. I'll take the kid's car over there to get worked on again.
Yeah.
And I'll be stuck there, even though I'm fucking 5 minutes down the road. So I'm like, I'll go to the arcade, maybe go to a movie.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Mel I wanted her to go to Final Destination with me, and she's like, well, I don't really want to see that movie. Fine. I will take Nick, and we're going on a date.
Hell yeah.
Like, so,
I haven't seen the last fucking 30 of them.
It doesn't matter. They're all
the same.
Yeah. They're all the same, but they're fun. Also, this was Tony Todd's last appearance, so
yes, it was.
I wanna
rest
be a
in
part of
peace.
that. Yeah, seriously, man.
Candyman. All you gotta do is go in the bathroom, say his name 5 times. He'll come back.
No, I'm still terrified to do that.
Tony Todd.
No,
Tony Todd.
Don't do that.
Sorry for scaring you.
I remember also I have a few movies I wrote down that I remember specifically from working at the theater.
Yes.
Blade 2 came out while I was working there, and I remember that mostly because I got to take home the big standee of Wesley Snipes, right? So just a big cardboard.
Oh,
cutout
see, I
of
missed those too.
Oh, dude, those were awesome. Getting, especially working there, you get all the movie posters and the standees and anything that you can dibs first.
Sure.
And you would have some people come in and they'll be like, hey, can you hook me up with this? And you try, but whatever.
You're like, no, meet me out back in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
$40.
But there's a photo of me and Dathan, like it was the end of the night. We were just goofing off, cleaning the theater and stuff. And he said, I don't know where it came from, but he's like, dude, it'd be great if I just rock bottomed you through this fucking Blade 2 standee. And
did he do it?
Dude, there's a photo of me midair getting rock bottomed through a fucking and one of my favorite things was like when he moved in. When he moved, I don't know if I should tell this story.
Why? Neither one of you work there anymore.
Well, no,
that place isn't even there anymore. It's gone. It's safe now.
When he moved in with his girlfriend, that was the first picture he put up in the new apartment.
Oh, so he got yelled at.
Yeah, well.
Where's the picture of us? Yeah, but this is me and Chris.
He had to make up for it.
Yeah.
But that's one of my favorite pictures ever.
You still have this photo?
Yeah, I do. I think he still has it framed at his house.
Amazing.
It's just him like giving me the rock bottom. That hurt like a motherfucker. That was not as soft as I thought it would be. But it was like one of those big big cardboard standing, like the big boxes.
Yeah, the big ones.
Yeah. It was just a piece of paper over a big box. And that was fun.
Amazing.
That's the type of shit we would do.
Dude, when I got married one time, no more. And my buddy, when we were kids, massive wrestling fan. So he was part of the Hulk Hogan fan club. And when you do that, they send you, stuff. So he got like this postcard, and he had this postcard just of Hulk Hogan, typical blue background, got his muscles up and shit. That dude took the picture of me and him at my wedding, cut Hulk Hogan out, and then put Hulk Hogan behind us. And probably still has it. Also was in his house next to a picture of him and his wife at their wedding. That shit was so fucking funny, dude. Not to get off topic of the movies, but yeah, dude, I just remember I remember being a teenager too. We'd go to the tiny theater that was in, that little tiny town I lived in. And every once in a while they do double features. So for like $3, probably less than that because I was a teenager, so it was probably like $2.50 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
We go in there and get to watch 2 movies. And we'd I'm not even joking, me and a bunch of friends would go. One of us bought a pizza from up the street. Dude had it under his shirt. Okay? You can tell he's got a pizza under his shirt. And they still fucking let us in there.
Dude, who's going to argue with a guy like that?
Nobody. So we would everything would be snuck in. One of us would buy a popcorn. It'd be gone before the movie even started. And I just remember, I can't remember the second feature or what it was, but we watched Camp Nowhere. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great one. We watched that with something else, but I just can't remember. I just remember it being a wild day because it was just full of teenagers in the middle of the summer, just being loud, obnoxious. So someone in your position where you're sweeping floors probably was pissed off by the time we left.
Oh, dude.
Found pizza boxes and cans of soda and all types of shit. And that place was weird, too, because they had, like, crying room. So if a mom brought a baby, there was this room off to the side, kind of sitting back. There was a huge glass window where someone with like 3 seats in it, 4 seats, you'd be sitting there and like with a crying baby.
Dude, that's actually
still watch
really
the movie.
cool.
Yeah, but sometimes that baby would still get loud and you could still hear it.
Oh, well, it's probably better than it being in the... See, we used to have to go and ask, moms to take their babies out. And of course, that's always really hard, right?
Sure.
You don't want to have to do... But I've never heard anything like that. That's awesome. That
It was
would make
super
much
crazy
easier because
weird.
we just would get into fights.
I can still smell that theater. It's weird.
Oh, they all smell the same.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, this one's weird. It smelled old.
You know the worst part? Here's the worst part. My least favorite part of the cleaning in theaters, because I did most of my stint there, was chew spit.
Ugh.
Yeah. These cocksuckers would bring in their well, they would chew in the theater, but they wouldn't bring their own container. They wouldn't do anything. Like they had to get the little tiny paper cups, and they would just fill them up with chew spit throughout the film. And
just leave them?
They would just leave them.
What a bunch
and
of
they would
fucking
get them
assholes.
to the tippy top. So I cannot tell you how many times I've spilled chew spit, warm, steaming chew spit all over my hands, dude. It's so awful. So fuck every one of you that ever did that and that still does that.
Dude, I remember being little enough to remember when you could smoke in a theater.
Oh, I don't.
'Cause
Yeah,
I remember
we never had that.
I remember
yeah.
my dad smoking in a theater. I also remember the last movie my parents saw because I drugged them to do it to go watch it. Blair Witch.
I'm very glad.
This area's been haunted by that old woman for years.
I don't know why you have to have every conversation on video.
Because we're making a documentary.
Not about us getting lost. We're making a documentary about a witch.
I don't.
Lost? Admit that first.
No, I know we're not lost.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that thing. It was so fucking amazing, dude. Just first time I saw that movie, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Was it 1999?
Yep.
I was in high school still when that came out, and I want to talk about that because it had one of the coolest ad campaigns, like where
It's when the internet was kind of starting.
right, and they utilized that
Yep.
brilliantly, where you did not know this wasn't real.
Dude, I remember being at work and hearing the trailer on the radio.
Yeah.
And it's just screaming. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but we have to go watch it now.
Yeah, you think you're going to go watch a snuff film? These people go out in the woods and die, and they didn't let you know that it wasn't that.
No, it didn't come
Well,
out
hold on.
for
Even
years.
when I watched it,
Nope.
I thought it was fucking real.
Yep. Yeah, they did a fucking great job.
Yeah.
I'll give it to them, dude.
No, it's
People
great.
tell me that movie sucks, and I'm like, I hate to tell you this, but no.
No.
I watched that movie 3 times in the theater. Once with my parents, and they're like, yeah, that was kind of interesting or weird. And then not too long ago, I'm like, said something about a movie theater. My mom's like, we haven't been to a movie theater since you took us to that movie that one time. I'm like, that was like 1999. Like, yeah, we haven't been back. I'm like, weird.
Yeah. No, that experience alone, I wish we could get that again. Like just for film, for getting you excited to go to the theater.
I mean, you might be
again.
able to. Everything's fake now, so.
Well, you'll never get the
No, you're never going to get the pump on that anymore,
that,
dude.
yeah, that
you're never
level
going to
of
get
hype.
that.
But also, like I was so nervous to see what I was about to see.
Yeah. I remember being like excited.
And I love horror films, and I always have. Like I wasn't I wasn't being a wussy. I thought it was fucking real.
Yeah.
And
they did a good job making it that way.
You could listen to me say that and go, well, you're just being stupid, but the internet was not that big a thing.
Yeah. You go on the website and like, these 3 people are missing.
Yeah.
And they give you the quick rundown.
It was what was it? Cannibal Holocaust all over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Minus all the animal torture.
Well, yeah, they didn't.
I wouldn't say it was torture, but they did kill animals for film.
Yeah.
But the tribesmen ate them.
They
so,
did. They did. But they had to call those guys out because they.
Yeah, because that guy almost went to fucking jail for murder.
Yeah, because everybody thought it was real that he sent these people out in the woods and they got killed by cannibals.
When did that come out? 70s? That was like late 70s?
That was 79, 78, 79.
Because I remember the first time I watched that too, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Is this real?
Yeah.
It took me a while, a couple times of watching it, being like, well, this middle part where they're actually in the theater talking and shit about watching it, I'm like, that seems kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But the rest of it looked fucking real as fuck.
But I wish we could get back to that level of hype again. The last time I experienced anything like that was, and like it or hate it, was Paranormal Activity.
Oh, yeah.
When that movie came out, I saw it. I drove from Springfield to Portland. So, 2-hour drive to go watch it at a small, 3-screen theater because it wasn't released anywhere. And it just so happened one of the, 500 theaters was up in Portland. I was like, wow, this looks cool. This, weird ghost documentary thing. Now, I didn't think it was real or anything like that.
Yeah,
that hype was not there, but the hype of getting there to see that movie was so cool. And I saw it, and it was fucking awesome. And then it blew up like crazy.
Yeah.
So to be a part
Enough
of
to have fucking 30,000 sequels.
Oh, yeah.
And prequels.
Well, to be a part of that experience before it became big, that's always fun, right? You can
Sure.
always say, oh, I was there before it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I got one on my list for that.
well, and then they put it out in the mainstream theaters. And this is something that you might not ever know. They changed the audio cues, and it fucking killed the film.
Really?
Yeah. So when the original came out,
the theaters did it, or they recut it?
I think they recut it. I'm not sure why, but in the first cut, every time there was the ghost was like starting to gonna fuck with things, you hear that low rumble, boom, and it would get higher, a little higher, and then boom, something would happen.
Yeah,
they cut that rumble.
Oh,
so all the suspense in the movie was gone. You were just watching a completely silent film.
So you okay,
and then things would just happen. There's no build up.
Oh, I wonder why they did that.
I don't know, but they swiftly changed it because I saw it again right when it released in the mainstream theaters, and that's when I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This is not the same movie I watched.
Huh?
Even though it was same footage.
Yeah.
Just that little
Just
audio
different.
cue that makes all the difference. So yeah, that was the
I
last time I
that
experienced
movie.
any sort of hype though at a theater. You know, like you don't line up for movies anymore. You know,
Mine was House of a Thousand Corpses. That's the last time I've gotten overly excited to go to a movie theater.
Yeah. Why? Well, why was that? You just like
I don't know. I think it was just like it made me feel like watching movies when I first started watching horror movies. I'm like, oh shit, this thing's gonna be fucking dope. His trailer was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Just flash. But then again, like they'll hate on that fucking movie. I don't give two fucking shits if you hate it or not. But
no, I think it's good.
He made it as a fanboy.
Yeah.
That's a fucking that would say what you want, but that's a fucking fanboy movie.
I think that movie's super punk rock, man.
Exactly.
Like,
It's fucking fantastic. And I think that's why I liked it so much. I liked that thing so much that's about the time I started sneaking into the movie theater. Where you worked, Chris.
when did that come out? Yeah.
2000. I'm going to say 2002. I could be wrong.
So you could, at that point, you could just get into it.
No, I guess it wasn't.
You didn't have to sneak into it.
No? No, it was a 17. Sorry.
Oh.
17, you couldn't just walk in and they'd be like, where's your fucking ticket? I would go stand outside the side door, wait for someone to open the door, and just be like, whoop, right in.
Wait, was that one NC-17?
I can't remember. I think it was
I
R.
remember there was a thing with the ratings on that.
Yeah, they made him fucking recut shit.
Yeah.
So it was R. That's the version we got. I don't think there's a fucking uncut, edited version of that. It's
I would
gone.
love to see that because I remember it was going to be rated X. Like they were pushing for that. My dad's told me he's gotten to see a rated X movie.
2003. Yeah, what was it? Fritz the Cat?
I think it was like The Warriors.
Really?
Yeah. When
Dude,
that
the
came
rating
out.
system's so fucking weird.
Yeah, when The Warriors came because it was like gang violence and shit.
That's why they got an X. This is why I think the rating system's weird. Shit now or shit then, they're like, oh my God, it's so fucking crazy. It ain't even half as fucking quarter bad as what we get now.
No.
When they rate shit.
Well, you got to look at who runs it. It's just a bunch of fucking, limp dick pussies. They count. Well, they don't know what they're looking at. They're just like, ooh, there's a little bit of gore on screen,
Yeah.
or recut that. And
But that's probably
to
the
tell an artist also, by the way, to fucking change his.
Yeah, I think it's pretty shitty when they make people cut stuff. I mean, it sucks because there's a shit ton of movies that are like, I made this movie and there's a fucking 4-hour cut and they made me knock it down to 90 minutes. I'm like, 4 hours? What else was going on in that fucking movie? And we'll never, half the time we won't ever get to see it.
No, and especially in the 80s, early 90s, when the ratings board was just smashing these fucking films.
Yeah.
There's so much footage lost to time. Things that you only get stories of that existed. And it sucks. Like any of the Jason films, any of them.
Oh, yeah. There's probably loads of cut shit out of those things that were just fucking.
Well,
that's like I was telling you the other day. Remember when I told you the other day where they wanted Kane Hodder to kick a dog? Remember on part 8? Okay, so part 8 where he kicks the radio?
Yeah.
They wanted him to kick a dog instead. And he's like,
no,
I'm not kicking a fucking dog, dude. They're like, what? And he's like, yeah, Jason wouldn't kick a dog. I'm like, so you kill a bunch of teenagers, but you won't kick a fucking dog? He's like, I'm not kicking a fucking dog. He just loves animals, but he's like, Jason wouldn't kick a dog. Yeah, it's fine. I just thought it was fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
I like the radio scene better anyway. How far could he kick a dog?
I think that the radio is a little more funny because it's just like, kicking a dog is like, it's a dog.
And he was on a mission in that too.
He was
like
pissed off at the music, like so he booted the.
He's pissed off because he just spent all those hours killing kids on a fucking boat.
Yeah,
that somehow went from Crystal Lake to New York. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, somehow they got that boat in Crystal Lake.
I didn't know there was a giant fucking opening to Crystal Lake on the other side somewhere where you could get a boat that size in there.
Yeah, it just so happens to connect to Manhattan.
It was so
the
fucking
geography on
weird,
that
dude.
is jacked, man.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite one, but
no, it's a terrible movie. That one was, and I like Kane.
the
I like
poster was
Kane.
great though, because I remember being a kid and seeing the poster at the movie theater, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, dude, they had to take that down.
I do remember.
Yeah,
because they are I Heart New York.
Yep. Heart New York, and he's slashing through it.
Yep.
They couldn't use that for a little bit, and then it came back. I don't know why they allowed it to come back, but it took a while for it to come back.
It was probably one of those things where the original already came out, and then there's like, now's the time to release the other one because no one cares.
Yeah,
because they do that a lot. It's fucking stupid. Just release the original shit right off the bat. Who gives a fuck? Well, I'll tell you who gives a fuck. Like, you're not gonna make enough money if you fucking post this. Like, dude, fuck you.
So what was your first horror film? Do you remember getting to see?
First horror film? Fuck, man, I don't even remember because I remember seeing a lot of fucking movies. Because not only did I go to a lot of theaters, but I also went to the drive-in a lot.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white coffee material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
As a kid, too. I figured that would be about the same. I can't remember the first horror movie I saw. I saw a lot of good movies at the drive-in, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah. I want to know about that. Like, because I've never been to a drive-in. I've seen drive-ins in the movies.
Yeah. Okay. So we had there was one like 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from our house, right?
Yeah.
In another town. And we go there. And I hate to say it, but now it eventually got tore down and turned into a fucking Walmart.
Oh, dude.
And then that Walmart got shut down to be turned into a church.
Oh.
And then they built the Walmart up the street bigger. But mom and dad would be like, let's go to the movies on Saturday. We're like, fuck yeah, dude, movies on Saturday at the drive-in. Woo! Because then it'll cost like $6 to get in that thing. My mom had a giant fucking goddamn station wagon. And she'd literally load us up, or she'd load us up and a bunch of our fucking friends. Because it was only $6 for a carload of people. They didn't count how many people were in that
that's
motherfucker.
crazy.
So if you had 20 people in your fucking car, that's how many people are fucking going.
Dang, they're missing out on so much money.
Yeah, dude. So we'd load up in the car on a Saturday night and go to the fucking theater. My mom would have popcorn already made in the car, or we'd go to Walmart, get a giant fucking bag.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it was before Walmart.
How old were you?
I was probably 9.
Okay.
8, 9. All the way up to a teenager.
Yeah.
Because I had teenage sex in the car and the drive-in.
In your mom's car?
It might have been.
Oh my god!
I might have got to drive my mom's car to the theater. Yeah, maybe, or someone else's car. I don't fucking remember. Dude.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Dang.
But we'd go there, and then you just pull in, fucking, just like you would see on the theater, big giant ass screen. And when I was a kid, there used to be like a little tiny playground area underneath. So the screen sits here, but in front of the screen, there's like a playground, so the kids could sit there and play on the swings and shit. And because everybody starts showing up at about right now.
Yeah, kind of dusk there.
Yeah, it's not even quite dark yet. It's still kind of light. You get in there, you find your spot, and then you had 2 choices. So you had 2 choices there, and I don't know how the hell this worked, but you had 2 choices. They'd have the speakers, and you could take the speaker, put it on your window.
Right, that's what I saw in the movie.
Yep, that's totally normal, right? Or they had it also set up to where you could dial in on one of the AM stations.
Yeah,
and do it that way. But I saw so many fucking movies there, and we just walk around my mom's like, go play, do whatever the fuck you gotta do, be back for the movie. We either sit in the car, or most of us kids would just put a blanket in front of the car. Because everything's tilted, right? So you're facing the screen.
Yeah.
So most of the time, if someone walks in front of your car, you're not really you're not really missing anything.
Yeah.
But we'd walk around. I'd go stand way over in the corner and smoke cigarettes if I was a teenager. I was always jealous, though. It's the only time I've ever wanted to live in a trailer park. Next to the drive-in was a trailer park.
Yeah.
Literally, the wall to the fucking drive-in trailer park. And I'm like, If I fucking lived there, I would be on top of my roof, just kicking it in a lawn chair.
How many times did you see that? Did anybody?
Multiple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say they better be taking
because everybody's car speakers and shit are going. Plus, you're close enough that you could use your own radio to pick up the sound. You would never. It always reminded me of when Monster Squad, when Sean and his dad are sitting on top of the roof and he's trying to watch the movie he didn't get to go see, and he's using the binoculars to look at the drive-through from miles away. And I'm like, God damn, that'd be so cool. I would probably live on that fucking roof of that trailer if I lived there. The only time I've ever wanted to live in a trailer park because it was directly next door to the drive-through or drive-in.
What did you see there?
I saw The Crow.
Okay.
Epic as fuck.
Yeah.
Anaconda. Which I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's so corny because I like those stupid corny movies for some fucking a lot lately.
Dude,
like
Sharknado. Anaconda's fun.
I love Sharknado. Zombievers. Come on.
I haven't seen that.
Dude, you are fucking missing out. You need to watch that, dude.
Zombievers.
Yeah, really? You never watched that?
No, actually, you know what? I might have because I think I remember.
The beavers are swimming, and the fucking toxic jug gets fucking dumped into the fucking, and they turn into zombies, and they're just fucking white-eyed and just like biting, killing people.
Yeah.
God, so good. Random naked chicks for no fucking reason.
That's why I'm thinking it's like, because the cover of that was obviously the joke, the beaver, the beaver joke.
The beaver with
like
the chick and the
lady's crotch on the cover or something.
Yeah, and she's in the bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, dude, it's so good. I watch that thing so many fucking times. I need to find that physical, collect physical kids. But we go there, and not very often did my mom be like, "Here's some money. Go up there and get some popcorn," because that shit was fucking expensive. But they never stopped. You just pulled up, you hand them $6, and they're like, "Have a nice night."
Huh.
And we watched so many movies, dude. I'm trying to.
You said you saw Jaws, right?
Yeah,
we were talking about that.
Yeah, they did like a special showing of Jaws.
Yeah.
I think we watched Psycho in there once. That actually might have been the double feature because there was always double features there. So when I can't exactly remember which ones I watched with which, but you go in there watch The Crow.
Yeah,
something else is playing right after it, or vice versa. So you get two movies for $6.
Yeah, that's
with a shit ton of people.
It makes sense too because you don't want to just like have this up and running for an hour and a half.
Saw Last Action Hero at the drive-in. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was always fun when we didn't go too because we'd be like, we gotta go to Walmart, and we'd be driving to Walmart and it'd be pitch black out, and you're just driving by like, I wish I was at the movie theater. But you could see what's playing on the fucking screen. You're like, damn it, dude, this sucks. It was always a good time, dude. I loved going to the drive-in. Now I think there's only one or two here. I know there's one in the Dalles.
Yeah, I didn't know we had any in, nearby.
But I think honestly think that's it. There might be one, but I can't remember. I do miss that. That was super fun. I actually enjoyed doing that better than going to the theater.
I mean, it makes it an experience, and again, that's what we're missing.
Yeah, because sometimes if something funny happen online, online. Jesus Christ, what world do I live in? Something happens online over here.
Yeah.
On the screen, you can hear people in their cars like, yeah, fucking screaming and shit. Like, you do that at a theater, you're going to get yelled at.
Yeah.
Especially now. Chicken jockey.
They want me to fight the chicken? Chicken jockey.
Dude. Yeah. I talked to my brother about that.
Yeah, because your brother does that.
Yeah, he manages the theater up in Portland, and I asked him about the chicken jockey thing because I was like, yeah, they got some videos of it, but dude, is this happening? Like, is this real?
Yeah, did it happen?
And he's like, yeah, the kids get wild, and he's like, but honestly, I'd rather have them in my seats. Like, I don't care if they get they're throwing popcorn and shit everywhere.
That's what I fucking said, dude.
He's like, they paid their money to be there. They paid their money for the popcorn that they're going to throw everywhere.
Yeah, it's their fucking problem. Not only that, and it sucks to say, but the ushers are still getting paid because that's what they're there to do. They're not.
Sure.
I don't want to sound like a dick.
Well, no, it's.
Hopefully, they're not picking up spit.
It's true. Like you get something to do.
Sure.
And if the worst it is, you're cleaning up, popcorn. Now you guys saw some videos of people throwing chickens and shit in the movie theater.
Oh,
what? My son wanted to go see Minecraft.
I still want to watch it, even though I said I didn't. I don't like Jack Black.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
I thought it was great. But he wanted to go see it because he saw those viral videos. And he was expecting that to happen. I'm like, dude, it's not real. Like, the internet is not a real place.
Yeah.
Like, I understand these things probably happened.
Sure.
It's like 5 fucking videos.
Yeah.
You know? And so he was so excited, and we get to Chicken Jockey, and then nothing happens.
Oh, he was
nobody even screamed it. You know, like we all sat and watched the movie
because everybody else is waiting for everybody else to yell.
Right. And so he came out a little disappointed about that. And
did he like the movie at least?
Yeah.
So
I think I liked it more.
He liked the movie, but he was just disappointed that no one was yelling.
Yeah. He didn't. But see, and again, maybe that's his hype moment, right? And I really wish he would have had that experience.
If I'd known that,
I
would have sat back there behind you guys.
Yeah,
I would have yelled
throw
at
popcorn at him.
I would have just thrown popcorn on top of you guys. He would have been like, "Yes," that would have been so good.
You know, shit like that. It needs to come back. I read a small article recently that was talking about like things that are saving the movie theaters, and it's not the movies, obviously, because they suck.
Oh, I know.
It's the merchandise, and
we got pretty much the same fucking list.
Okay.
Dude.
Well, I'm just spitballing here. So.
No, you're good.
But it's the merchandise that's saving the movie theaters. And, like I showed you the bucket for Jaws is 50 years old, dude. Like,
I know.
It's crazy.
I love that movie. That's a 4th of July movie.
But they're doing it for everything. And it's cool that they're doing like merchandise for those releases.
Sure.
Because that's a 50-year-old movie that you don't have to make merchandise for. You can just put it out and run a special day.
Yeah, people are going to show up or not, because they've been doing it over here too. Like every summer for like the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
They'll do like, we're playing fucking Beverly Hills Cop this week. We're playing fucking.
No, my brother told me some of his more lucrative days are those re-releases, especially like the Studio Ghibli stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And so like the Jaws bucket's fucking cool, but all these popcorn buckets and all these little knicknacks and things, they're driving that people to the theater like more.
Do you think it's the people, or do you think it's the scalpers?
I think it's the people, and then the scalpers fuck it up like they usually do.
Yeah.
For everybody that's just
that's what happened when I went to go get. The kid was sick, and she wanted to go watch Coraline, and we couldn't because she was sick. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the theater. I'm gonna get you your bucket, Coraline bucket, and a shirt, and your cup that you want, and I'm gonna bring that shit home so you can watch it. And I get there, and they didn't have any of it.
No, because it probably sold out 2 days before the movie came
and then
out.
I got home, I was all bummed because I had this big fucking bag of popcorn, and literally a bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, we have another fucking theater at another mall, so I drove over there real quick, and they had all of it, and I'm like, here's my money, and it cost me like fucking $60 for all that shit.
Oh,
I'm
it's
like,
not cheap, but it's super cool, and it's way cheaper than if you were to fucking buy it from a scalper.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you that story about the popcorn and the kid at the theater. Ever tell you that story? So like I said, kid was sick, couldn't go anywhere, but she wanted popcorn. I'm like, all right, she's sleeping. I'm like, I'm gonna get her popcorn. So I go over here to the mall, go into the theater. They don't have the buckets. I'm like, I'm already here, dude. I'm just gonna get popcorn. So I'm gonna get a bucket of popcorn. The guy's like, this bucket comes with a free refill, right? I'm like, I'm not driving back over for a free refill, dude. He's like, hold on a minute. And he just looks high as fuck, dude. Like, zero fucks. And I'm like, he's like, hold on a minute. And he runs away. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just standing here with this bucket sitting in front of me. And he comes back a couple minutes later. He has a fucking, like, Cinemark bag that looks like a mall bag that you would put, like, fucking shoes and shit in, like, if you're walking through the mall. And he's like, hold on, man. And I watched him take that bucket of popcorn and dump it in that bag and then fucking scoop a whole new bucket and then dump it in that bag and then just fucking powerhouse butter all over that thing. He's like, here you go, dude. I hope you guys have a nice night. I'm like, really, man? Thanks, dude. He's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about this job, dude. And I'm like, hell yeah, good for you, man. So I had like a shopping bag. Like, I'm not like a shopping bag.
Yeah.
Just filled to the top with popcorn and butter, dude. I'm like, that guy kicks ass. He doesn't give a shit. I'm like, you remind me of me when I had a job.
Oh, that was me at that job.
Yeah, it's just one of those jobs you don't. It's like when I worked at the gas station. You don't give a fuck. You're just there to fucking hang out, do as least as possible, and get paid.
Yeah.
Yep. It was fucking fun, dude.
At least he's having fun at it.
Yeah, he's high as fuck. If I was high at fucking work, I hope I'd have fun too.
That's why I was drunk all the time. So.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and they always had that really weird little tiny. Maybe that was Cinemark 17. That little shitty arcade.
Yeah.
Did the $1.50 store have the $1.50 theater didn't have an arcade?
No, we
did. You did?
Yeah.
You had like a little arcade?
Yeah,
I don't
it was a
remember
little
that
crappy thing that we rented from a local company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had that weird, like 17 had that weird, just that weird little fucking room that had like
still there.
8 games in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last time I'd been there. I went there to.
It has nothing in it. Like there's
nothing good.
There's like 5 games in there, and then a shitty claw machine that'll rip you off every time.
Tilt was the best though.
Yeah,
Tilt was right there. The inside of that mall used to be so fucking good, dude. Because you walk in, just that giant, massive food court, and off to the left, you'd never notice, but there's like, how big do you think that fucking arcade was? It was fucking huge.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Do you think it's as big as the new one? I haven't even been to the
I'd
new
say
one.
it's probably 2/3 the size of that. Like almost as big, but not quite.
Yeah, the new one's massive.
The new one. Well, I mean, it has a bowling alley in it, man.
Oh, that's right.
It's fucking huge.
I'm gonna try to go there next
Yeah.
week when I have to take the kids the fucking car down there. I'm like, give me an excuse to go to the arcade.
Oh hell yeah, you should swing by. It's awesome.
What games did you play there when you were in the arcade?
There was like
If we were in
some
the
cool,
mall?
like weird Japanese like zombie shooting games where you climb in the booth. It's like a photo booth.
Yeah.
You go sit down.
Oh, I remember that.
Light gun fucking zombies and stuff inside this like weird photo booth that would spray mist and stuff on you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
it's
I do not
fucking
remember
cool,
that.
man.
Oh, I was
It's
thinking
really
of House
cool.
of the Dead.
It's like that, but it's like got Japanese writing and stuff all over it. And it was just like
Would blow mist on
like,
you?
blow you with fans and stuff.
What
while
the
you're in
fuck?
there. Yeah,
Dude, they do shit so much better in Japan sometimes.
I'm telling you, it was cool.
I played a shitload of House of the Dead. Like a shitload. And if I wasn't playing that, did you ever play the I can't remember the name of the fucking game. Aerosmith had a game.
Oh yeah.
I played the fuck out of that too. I'm like, why is there a machine gun Aerosmith game?
Called?
But you shot the machine gun.
Yeah.
And why they play in the background?
Right. I think you're like trying to rescue them.
Yeah, the
or
whole
get them to their concert.
Yeah,
or
the whole
something.
goddamn game was just like nothing but Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Soundtrack. God damn, dude. And I remember walking around just trying to find tickets. Or if sometimes you find a machine where you can see a ticket hanging out, you just like pull it a little bit.
Like get the prizes.
I would just keep pulling tickets out, and I found a way to get those things out.
Oh, you're just gently unrolling.
Yeah, you just gently keep doing it. Dude, I
Yeah,
pulled
yeah.
out fucking 60 tickets out of there one time. You know what I got? A fucking eraser.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, fuck you guys. And you're stupid.
They knew you were doing it.
They're like, hey, Tilt.
you were
Tilt. I was so sad when they shut that down. I remember when they were shutting it down, and they just put less and less arcade games in there.
Yeah.
To the point where it's just like, we put this rope right here so you can only play these 6 games because everything else is done.
Well, they were selling everything. I had the opportunity one time to buy the X-Men arcade machine, and it was the one with the 4-player controllers.
Yep.
Well, back then, of course, I was working at the theater.
Sure.
So I made peanuts. I made $6.35
Yeah.
an hour working at the theater, and still had to pay rent. So
Which you can't do now.
Eat that. They were selling this machine with the 4-player control paddle and the dual monitors for $400.
What?
And I was like, I was this close to just like going, okay, I can just like maybe I'll find a wallet in the theater. Like maybe rent can wait, you know. Like,
I'll be late.
$400, like, and to me that was not cheap, but it was doable.
Sure. Well, how old were you? 19?
Yeah.
20?
I was like 19.
Yeah. That's a lot of money for
And-
a 19-year-old.
yeah, to drop
Because even if
$400.
you're paying that $6 an hour, your paycheck was probably only like $250, right? Take home? Somewhere around there?
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks it was about $600. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
For then. Because I remember doing that every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My first job.
I was busting my ass though. I was working like 90 hours a week.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me. Yeah, my first job, I'd get like, it was like $5.40 was minimum wage or something like that. So every 2 weeks, it'd be like, fuck yeah, dude, $120. That was my check. And somehow that check, that $120, got me a tank of gas. That got me back and forth to work for 2 weeks somehow,
Yeah.
which I don't fucking understand. And then I bought a carton of cigarettes, which lasted me fucking 2 weeks. And then the rest got pissed away on CDs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a stipend of one anime DVD a month.
Yeah.
Those were $30 a piece.
Yeah, dude.
Like
That's a hell of expensive back then,
very
dude.
expensive. And then you didn't know what you were getting because you didn't have the internet to tell you like, oh, is this anime good? You know, like
Nope. You had to find out for yourself. Just like buying CDs at the mall at Sam Goodies on the
Yep.
other side of the fucking mall.
Yeah.
That's where I bought 7 Doors of Death, also known as The Beyond.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you get it as 7 Doors?
I bought it as 7 Doors
Dang.
of Death because I walked by and it was one of those like, this DVD's $7.99 because it looks like it's cheap and stupid. And I'm like, oh man, that cover is pretty fucking dope because I believe it had like some weird zombie comic cover on it. Super fucking weird. And even the graphics that said 7 Doors of Death, I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I'm buying it. And then I watch it a fucking shitloads of times. And then later down the road, I'm like, I don't know what the fucking Beyond is, but we're buying it and we're checking it out. And I put it on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I already fucking
have
own
this
this.
movie.
Yeah, it was just one of those.
Yeah.
The Beyond had like 3 different names or some shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, they did that with Lucio Fulci's Zombie also.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be like Dawn of the Dead, Zombie
Yeah.
2. They called it Zombie 2.
Yeah, it had a million different names and a million different covers. It was supposed to be a sequel to like Dawn of the Dead or
Yeah.
or no, Night of the Living Dead, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like I think it was Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. It was a sequel to one of Romero's films, and
They're like, nope.
I don't know. Well, Fulci and Romero had a good relationship, so I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't sign off on that. And he said, okay, cool.
I love that movie strictly for the fucking shark zombie fight.
That's great. And the eyeball scene.
And the eyeball.
Dude.
Jesus Christ, dude. That fucking goddamn splinter.
I can't.
Just fucking,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I still have to look away.
ugh, fuck.
They did that in a movie called Gates of Hell.
Was that an older one?
Huh?
Is that an older one or a new one? No, that's an older one.
Yeah, it's a Fulci
It's got the fucking, it's got the zombie on the cover going like this.
Right.
Yes.
And he's got the weird, like, gaunt
Yep.
green face.
Yep.
Now, that movie had a bunch of different names, too. I think
Not
it was just
surprised
called
me.
Return of the Living Dead or something like that. Yeah. But I got it as
Counting.
Gates of Hell, and it had another Fulci scene. It was a drill to the head.
Yes.
And
Yep.
it's a slow drill into the head, just like he did with the eyeball. Like, that was his thing. And then I also remember this really great scene of this girl throwing her guts up.
Oh.
And
Yes.
it was just like, I think it was like reverse motion or something, but it was just like unfolding out of her mouth.
It was so
just like
bad.
unfolded into her lap. And I was like, it kind of grossed me out, but also like it was just unsettling the way it was shot.
Yeah.
And
Because it doesn't look natural.
No, it
'Cause
doesn't.
It's shot in reverse.
Yeah.
It's clearly in reverse.
Yeah, I love those movies though.
I used to find shit like that in Sam Goodies all the time.
Yeah.
That's when the goddamn mall, dude. Now you look at it, all the mall is on the outside and there's no inside.
Yeah, there's no heart, man.
No, literally, there's no inside. They took it all out. All the stores are on the outside.
I was getting
No, it's weird. No, I got you. I'm just being an ass. But
I know.
Have you walked through those front doors again? It's all different now. Like,
Yeah, there's nothing. There's like a
There's like-
nail salon and a fucking jewelry store in there.
is the army place still in there?
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Army.
I just find it weird how they kept just that one section where Santa Claus sat every year. And that's it.
Yeah. I don't even think you can go, like, because you used to be able to go straight back to Cabela's.
Yeah.
You
I don't think you can go in there anymore.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah. God, what a waste. Whose fucking idea was why did they even do that? They're
I
like,
don't know.
people don't want to walk in the mall anymore. Put it all on the outside.
I don't feel like it was failing that bad. But
I don't know, man. When we worked
as soon
there,
as they stopped like letting stores go in there, then yeah, it failed. And I think it's just that downward spiral is a self-fulfilling prophecy, is what it is. You think that it was failing, and therefore you made it fail.
okay.
Yeah.
I believe that. Dude, I remember being old enough to have I had a beeper. And I used that fucking phone. You know where the bathrooms are in fucking Valley River?
Yeah.
They used to have that row of 20 phones. I used to use that thing all the time and be like, hey, what's up? What do you need?
Yeah.
Why are you calling me?
Right next to Sbarro's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not a Sbarro's anymore.
No.
I don't even think there's any pizza in there anymore.
No. Oh, are you
I
talking
think
Valley
the
River, or are you
longest-
talking about Gateway.
No, I'm talking. Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about Valley River.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no pizza.
No, dude. I think the longest lasting thing that's in that food court is Cinnabon.
Yeah.
I mean, the Japanese place next door, right next to it's still there.
Yeah.
But everything else is new. It's weird.
Yeah, everything that goes in there just stays there for 3 to 6 months and then disappears.
That's because the prices there are astronomical.
Oh, sure.
I had someone in here yesterday. You remember that resale video game store that was next to the arcade?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just talking that place up, and then you told me it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. That guy had some cool shit in there.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking eBay price. Awesome. Yeah. And I'm sure most of it was fucking legit, but that guy's rent was $12,000 a month.
No.
Dead fucking serious. My buddy was in here getting tattooed yesterday, and he's just we were talking about the mall and shit, and he's like, yeah, man, I was talking to that dude, and he's like, he sells a bunch of shit, but his rent was $12,000 a month, and he's like, he had to bail. I'm like,
yeah, you're not making that there.
You ain't making that there, dude, unless you're selling. Actually, people are walking in and buying your stuff, but no one's paying those prices.
I bought a few things from him.
So did I. I bought a bunch of stickers and a couple games.
But yeah, you're not. Dang, $12,000.
$12,000, dude. Imagine what the price is. Because when I heard that, and I'm like, last time I was in the mall, I was trying to buy shoes, and I was looking at the place that we used to work, which is now some fucking tween-age store.
Buckle or something.
Yeah, some bullshit like that. And I'm like, how fucking much was that fucking place? Because that place was massive.
Yeah.
Huge.
Oh yeah, that place was way too big. Well, and I don't know if everybody knows, Nick and I used to work at a tattoo shop in the mall.
Both malls.
Yes. That was, I tell that to people still to this day, and they're like,
They don't believe
what?
it. They're like, what do you mean there was
Like-
a tattoo shop in the mall?
Yeah. And I'll slightly defend it. Like,
It was a good idea.
it's a good idea.
Kinda.
Look, I won't say it's a good idea. It's an idea. And it worked.
It was an idea.
It worked.
Did
for a
it
minute.
work?
I definitely don't want to give that asshole that fucking ran the
No, I'm not either.
credit.
But do you think it worked? Because I don't think it worked.
I think that we saw people we wouldn't have normally.
Yeah, but not very many.
No. But
I didn't make a lot of money at that shop.
No.
At all.
I didn't make anything. I made enough to buy coffee.
Yeah, and sometimes you bought my coffee. And then what little money we did have, we either spent it on toys at Target, or we spent it at the little swap meet down the fucking other end of the mall.
That was cool too.
Yeah, I didn't make money working there at that place, and if I did, it was very, very, like few and in between, dude.
No, it wasn't great.
But we did have a good time.
It was fucking weird. Yeah.
We did have good times in that fucking
It
place.
was a great time,
We had
dude.
some fucking.
Yeah.
I had some great stories that I'm just not going to tell on here. That's for another podcast. But we had some fucking great stories, dude. It's just some fucking outlandish stories. But yeah, man, movie theaters, drive-ins, malls.
Yeah.
You got any other thing you want to throw in here? You got any shout-outs this week? You been watching anybody good?
No, again, just I was just grinding away at work, so I didn't get to see anything.
Oh, you're just a fucking worker bee,
I'll
dude.
just shout out my brother for hooking us up with Jaws shit.
Oh yeah, thanks, dude. I
Yeah.
can't wait for that. That's gonna be fucking awesome. Oh, speaking of that, like like all the popcorn buckets because we trailed off somewhere else, but like some of those things are fucking cool. Like the alien head,
yeah,
thing's fucking sick.
Oh yeah, he's hooked me up with all the. I have
Did
an
he?
alien head. I have 2 Optimus Prime heads.
Oh.
I have Sonic the Hedgehog.
Apparently, I didn't pay attention to what the hell's going on in movie theaters. I didn't realize the whole head bucket thing for a
It's
very
huge.
long time. Like the Slimer thing is like probably around the first time I saw the one. I'm like,
See, I didn't know they made one. I did see
And
that
that's
they made a
fucking cool,
ghost trap, and I want that.
oh yeah, no, the Slimer one's fucking rad.
Oh.
It's you can see right through it. It's see-through green.
Yeah, so it's nice to have a hookup in my brother.
The Jaws one that I saw?
See him. Oh, the shark head.
The actual shark head? That
See,
thing's
that's
fucking awesome.
That's at AMC. Cinemark and AMC do get different merchandise.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not sure why that is, but
I'm not even going to attempt to try to track one down because it's going to be like, because when I went and got found shit, right? I got home and I was just curious because I was right in the middle of like learning. I was right in the middle of flipping shit, and I'm like, I'm just curious here. Take a picture of the bucket.
Yeah.
All those things I bought her for $50 were going online for fucking $350, $400. I'm like, are you goddamn serious, dude?
Yeah. Well, you can only get it for a small amount of time. Like that's the thing.
That's
They've
crazy.
got it to where you can even go online and pre-order that shit. Yeah, that's how bad it is.
You just pre-order everything. Then you're going to miss
Pre-order
out anyway.
Popcorn buckets.
I'm almost
It's
done.
supposed to be an impulse buy. Like
Yeah, while you're waiting in line
Yeah.
for candy or stealing it
Dumb.
while you're waiting in line.
I hate where we're at.
Me too, man. I'm not even going to we can rant about that later. That's what we do in here.
Right.
I had
What
a
do you
shout
got?
out too. There was a shout out that I wanted to give. Who was that? Pixel Game Squad. Guys, go over to YouTube. Check out Pixel Game Squad. Lots and lots of swap meet hunting for games and cool shit. I couldn't even tell you how much. There was just an abundance.
See, I would love to get out there and do that.
Me too, but we don't have that here.
No, we don't
Yeah.
have anything close.
We don't have
We'd
anything
to
like
take
that.
A major road trip.
Yeah, all the way to SoCal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all the cool shit's at. That's where they're doing it. Or we need to take some kind of Midwest trip.
Yeah.
Because it's apparently on the internet says on YouTube tells me that there's toy conventions every 10 fucking minutes there, and everybody's just finding cool shit at every fucking garage sale. I know you're cutting shit up and you've gone to like 10 before you actually find a good one, but I want to go to 10 crappy garage sales till I find the one that has the amazing shit in it. Come on now.
man.
Jesus Christ.
Well, thanks for those guys for doing it for us.
Yeah,
So we
because
can
it's
watch
amazing.
them do that.
Honestly, I literally watch those guys nonstop.
Yeah.
Like if I go to bed, I'm like, I'm gonna watch this, and I just fall asleep to it, and I wake up still playing. You can follow us over at Instagram at Toy Monster Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Discord's almost here.
Yes,
it's 98% done. We just need you guys to get out there and follow us because we are so fucking close. We're less than 200 away from 1,000 followers on
I'm so
Instagram.
stoked.
I love you guys for following us because it's fucking great, and I really fucking appreciate it. Hopefully we got some merch coming out because me and Chris been talking about some cool ideas. And when that happens, we'll catch you on the flip.
Later.
Deuces.